Hi, this is Shashank from Mystic Alankar. Today I will show you how to make a bounce bass on Serum which sounds something like this. This sound is part of ACE Volume 1 preset pack for Serum, which is now available on our website. It has deep basses, punchy 808s, beautiful leads, lush pads, and more. For more information, please click on the link in the description below. So let's get right into making this sound by opening up a new instance of Serum. The first thing you have to do is switch on the sub-oscillator and oscillator B. On oscillators A and B, you will have to change the waveform to analog BD sign, which is under the analog list. And let's have a quick listen. It sounds like a standard straightforward sine wave. Now, to add character to this, what we will do is first let's pitch down oscillator A by 1 octave and increase the unison on oscillator B to 3 and reduce the detune amount a little bit because this is after all a bass. And let's reduce the sub level a tiny bit, maybe bring it into 65-66%. And let's have a listen. Let's move on to the envelopes. First thing is on envelope 1, increase the attack slightly to get rid of any clicks that might be generated because of the sine wave. Around 10 to 12 is good. And then let's keep the decay as it is, but reduce the sustain amount drastically and increase the release to around 400 to 300 milliseconds. Around there is good. Even the decay, you could probably have it anyway between 800 to 1000 that's a good number. And let's have a listen. Now, since this sounds a little too subby, let's add some character to it by changing the wavetable positions of both these oscillators with some LFOs and maybe an envelope or two. So let's go into LFO 1. You can leave the rate as it is to 1/4 and map it onto wavetable position 1. And you could probably do the same thing for oscillator B as well. Next, we can go on to envelope 2, make it a short envelope, shorter than envelope 1. Maybe a decay of 500 would be good. And a quick release and a quick attack. And let's map it onto oscillator A. And let's make it a little subtle. And let's have a quick listen. Now we are starting to get those harmonics, which is above the fundamental sine wave. We could also add a filter at the end. Just make sure to enable the oscillator B and noise, and probably change to low 18 or low 24. If supposing you don't want the additional harmonics, you could just filter it out without it sounding like a pure sine wave. Now, if you want to add some punch to it, you could switch on the noise oscillator and go to attacks, kicks, and go with number 6, which I felt suits this sound very well. Make sure to enable the one-shot mode and enable key tracking. You can increase the level a little bit to make it a little more audible. And this is what it sounds. If you want to bring it out a little more, just make sure to open up the cutoff slightly and you can hear the transient coming through. Go to envelope 3, make it a very short envelope with very fast attack and very fast decay, probably around 30 or 20. And then go on to the matrix section, map envelope 3 to the global master tuning and pitch it up just a hint. And as you keep opening your filter, you will get all those additional harmonics which are being generated right now. If you want more of a tail to your sound, increase the release a touch and increase the decay just a little bit. And now we can move on to the effects section. It's pretty straightforward. All you will need is a distortion which is set to tube. Set the drive to pretty high, above 60-70%, and you can control the mix level based on how pushed the sound you want. Let's hear it right now. It sounds quite driven, so I'm probably going to bring down the mix a tiny little bit, and then we will add a compressor to make sure that it doesn't jump around too much. So just a little bit. The ratio at 4 to 5 is good. Just a tiny bit of gain to compensate for the compression. Oh, and one final thing before you forget, because this is a bass sound, you will have to make sure that this is in mono mode so that the sound doesn't bleed out and cause additional phasing issues when you're playing multiple notes at once. So that's how you make this sound. Thank you for watching this video and have a nice day.